Hey everyone, Lensman here and welcome back to TNP Limitless 6. So the last episode we got the farm going. I've added another whole farm worth of just vegetables. I grabbed some seeds from the vendor and just started working through with that. It'll populate itself eventually. I'm considering whether or not to just like feed random seeds to one and just see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much under control at this point. And again, anything that comes in, we'll be able to find the right table. We'll be able to make things from based on that, foods, etc. So looking through the system at the moment, we've got a bit of a backlog going here. Anyway, that's cool. I mean, things are doing their stuff. Just might need to speed these guys up at some point. I don't think that any of them are over. Well, they're running with reinforced, so they should be actually quite speedy. But anyway, getting a little sidetracked. So looking through the book, there's a bunch of things I need to claim, and I don't know if it's just stuff that I've done or whether it's things that I've picked up or whether it's been from an update. So we have done another update. Yeah, it looks like there's just been some tweaks to what is actually given in some of the things. So I'm just going to kind of hit the button on it in a second. So a few things I'd like to start working on. One would be like some of this armor and you know, doing some of the seeds and stuff from mystical agriculture. Another would be starting to work towards some of the creative stuff. And this is what was open when I first opened the book before. I'd like to try and make the creative energy cube. This thing needs a lot of stuff, and obviously it needs the ultimate crafting setup. So I was thinking this episode we'll start sort of playing towards this. I've gone and like put a thing for each of the items on this list to get to the creative energy. It's not going to be straightforward. It's going to be end goal, this stuff, because a lot of this mechanism related things, you know, like polonium, we're going to need to set up a bunch of processing to get to each of these things. But I figured we'd queue it up in the list up here and then work through and tick them off as we went. The other thing that's up in here at the moment is to get to an angel ring, and that's not an easy stretch either at the moment. But first things first, let's drop out of there. Let's pop this open, and I'd like to try and make the green fertilizer. Can I make green fertilizer? Or even red fertilizer? Because these are two things that are required. There's the red fertilizer. And then green fertilizer. So green dye. Not sure what sort of stuff I've got at the moment. I'd like to get the dye essence, actually. That would be smart. Do I have any cactus? Couple. I'll need to get that cooking somewhere. So I need 3 of them, I think, from memory. Yep, just smelt up. Let's do it here. Zoop. Off it goes. I'll need to get. Here goes the chapter. Yeah, I'd like to get some cactus underway. I'll just use a cloche or something for that, probably. Alright, so let's look into the extended crafting stuff, because we're going to need all these singularities. There's a lot of bits and pieces here, and I'm going to need to push through quantum compressors. Now, I do have this stuff happening in the encrypted series as well, so I won't dive too deep into these bits and pieces on camera. I'll generally just do the 1 or 2 and then queue up stuff in between. But then we need to start looking at automating all of this. All of the things. All right, so let's jump over here to a pattern grid. And you know what? Black iron. We're going to need to automate some black dye. Black iron slate. Basic catalyst. Basic component. Okay. And then the basic crafting table. And let's just start with this one and just, there we go. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's continue working our way up to the advanced. So it's going to require blocks of gold. Surely, I'm going to say, surely I've got blocks of gold in like a draw thing. Right. I'm going to need to teach it this. Let's try that again. I'm going to need to teach it luminescence. And advanced component. And advanced catalyst. And then the table. And then we go up a level. Oh, come on. Fine. And we're going to need to do this one. It does want to know today. That's it, blocks of diamond, and then elite components. Emerald. And this is ultimate crafting. Okay, so how much of this can I actually craft now? If I ask for an ultimate, what's it going to do? Missing some dye. Some black chalk, apparently. Which one was the black chalk in? One of my recipes. Potentially. Be one of the bottom end ones. I pop you back in there and then, well, it should be either. But if I tell it to do exact, it'll only use black dye. And then we need to work on a recipe for black dye. Okay, so what are the recipes for you? Ink sacs, mushrooms. Okay, so I need some of this stuff. Okay, let's get some dye seeds going. So I need 4 of this and then some prudentium. I'm going to need 4 orange, 4 cyan, 4 pink, and 4 lime. Orange. There we go, there's 4 orange. Cyan. For them. Was it pink? Mystical flower one. Search for the dye. And then lime dye. Cool. So we should have what we need. Right, so 4 of them. And let's do dye seeds. So normal 1 of them. and then some Prudentium, which I should be able to do fairly. Need to get the better one of these. Inferium. Okay, so there's 4 of them. Black dye can go away. 4 of them. 1 of them. Let's go process this. And we will get our dye seeds. And I'm actually considering. Can I plant them with this? Or should I, should probably just put them up there with some decent decent soil, right? If I can get out through the wall again. Do I have another? Grab another botany pot. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the botany pot. Here's one I prepared earlier. And then let's get some decent soil. Or farmland, I should call it. Go up to tertium, maybe. If I do 64 of them, that give me what I need. I think it does. This work? Nope. Okay. Good, good. Put that away. Pop this in here. Again, it's not going to be instant. And I need a wrench. Oh, so that is going to take a little bit of time. Going fairly quick. I don't know how big an area this does. Work that out. Just that one area. Okay. And then maybe I should just use this stuff up. I don't think I need 10 tons of peanuts. Or cabbage. Oh, that's interesting. Quite interesting indeed. Okay, so it only works for some of these guys. So we have stuff underway for black dye, and then I'll need to set up a drawer for it once it's actually produced something. It's already produced, look at that. So we'll set up dye in here, and then once it gets some seeds, we'll do that. So then our next thing is to make black dye. Oops. And there's our recipe for black dye. Cool. So if I want to make... Yeah, I just need a bunch more of that essence. Speaking of which, let's just work on here. Come on. Oh, it does. Or maybe it doesn't. It must only work on things in the ground already. Right. So that's the whole crafting side of things, and we'll need to work towards getting those things built. But it's going to take a bit of time. Let the dye work on its own. If I need to, I'll put him into a farm. Maybe I'll really expand that area down there and put a second one in at some point with just all the different seeds. Let's start looking at some of this stuff. Steel. Do I have steel casings? No. So we actually need to come up with a way to make steel. So mechanism steel is fine, osmium, and then some glass. So mechanism steel. It's only coal coke. Make steel dust. You can do it through a blast furnace, or we work out metallurgic infuser ring. Okay, let's work on a couple of metallurgic infusers. And eventually I'll work up to steel bees, maybe. We'll get a couple of these and we'll set up the process for making what we require here. I probably also need to set up a process for making these for this setup. What do I do? Yeah. Because we're going to need... I think it's enrichment. I think it's enrichment. Give me a second, we'll work it out. Coal. But potentially what I need to do is the whole enriching to make the better level stuff. So enrich. I need a couple of basic control circuits, which is osmium and redstone. I'm not sure what's set up in... Oh, I've got them. Here's some I prepared earlier. Okay, so I want enriching. Because what I've done here, this is an infusing factory. So ideally I want to make this an enriching factory, and we'll set it up so that it will only hold a certain amount. And we can do that with things like XNet. And then we'll process what it is we actually need to do. Yeah. Problem is I need to do a few things here. So let's do a factory installer as well. You know what they're called? An advanced tier installer. Okay. So, and we're going to need to find somewhere we can do this without too much hassle. So let's do, go here, so you're getting power. Oh, I got to do the basic tier, don't I, first? I don't know why I ran back here. Does anyone know why I ran back here? I have the thing in my pocket. I should be able to do whatever I need to. Okay, so basic installer. And then advanced. So advanced gives us 5, which is good because that allows us to put, say, coal in one and redstone in another, and it'll process both materials as required. And if I put a crafter onto this in some way, and then export into interface, I guess. Get rid of this one. Table. Put that there. And then we'll get an interface or a... Put an interface there. And a crafter. Standard one might be okay, but let's just do the iron one. It's not terribly more. We're also going to need a diamond. Diamond is what are all our pieces that we need to infuse. Diamond, carbon, redstone, do for now. Get our crafter and our interface. Interface can go there. Crafter can go here. Here is what I want. Cool. And then we'll do recipes, and I'll potentially be able to lock. Yeah, let's make recipes for enriched. Enriched carbon. I want enriched redstone. I want enriched diamond. And there are others that I don't have yet, which is like enriched obsidian, but that actually needs to be obsidian dust in the diamond. So, I mean, it's a recipe. Obsidian dust, find obsidian, and then I need to get a recipe for obsidian dust. Enriched. Obsidian dust is okay. And then I need to move this guy. He's just chilling here anyway, right? You need to auto eject. I have one of them. I kind of want to set it up to always make it with the whole level system like I did for this. It works. It's a good start. Okay, so then all I need to do is get a few infusing factories because we're going to require let's go infuse. Make a couple of these. Oh, I can't stack them. Make 4, and I'll upgrade them when I can. You can go and you can go. It's all set up, so I don't have to worry too much about it. I do item pipes. Okay, and then like that, and then we'll set it up so that we export. Yeah, so each of them are going to need an exporter on them. Each of them are going to need power, and that's extract. Let's get the power cable. I just want to still had a bunch of it. Oh, stop looking, everyone. I found it. Let's pop this out one. Oh, I can't place this down. It's the same stuff, right? Energy pipe. Okay. Let me get back there. Okay, so we got the 4 of them powered up. You need to go. And then we'll need exporters. Oh, it's actually pretty terrible. I need another side. I'm going to have to use a front. Or actually, it's not that bad. Need another exporter. Exporter. Cable. And what I want is enriched. One of these is still going to have a crafter on it. In fact, they're all going to have a crafter on them. It's fine. Sorry, just thinking there. So ideally, what we were going to want, not what I want, game. That is not what I want. Okay, so you move you down here. Okay. You, I want to have this. You will actually get enriched diamond. One of them things. Then we're going to need also a crafting card. Okay. Crafting upgrade. Things are going to take forever, I take it. Okay, so we've got a crafting upgrade. Please. I need a couple of them. You need one. This will currently be making... This guy, so you want the diamond one, you want the carbon one. And then they're all going to need... upgrade things. So you will be... to input on the left. Output actually needs to be... Yeah, I think I'm... This top is actually going to need to be yellow. The bottom is blue. Nothing on the right. And then an input on the front. Ooh. Alright, so I'll go through and I'll set this up for all of them. Put a crafting card in each one, but at the moment this is generating what it needs to make enough redstone stuff for here. And then what I need to do is set up probably 4 crafters. So if I ask for crafter, probably don't need iron ones, but I'll ask for 4 crafters. I can place them along the front, and then we can put the recipes in each one. So again, I made the iron ones because they're quicker, but we could set up a recipe for each of these things so that anything that requires the enriching of redstone, so again we can go uses this, anything that requires redstone, so fused alloy, rose quartz, basic control circuits, which is only those 3, we can automate through this process here. Again, once I put crafters on, yeah. Yeah, and then rotating them around. We will be in business. It's messy and hidden, but it's in business. So that's almost full of redstone. We'll get the 3 recipes we require. As I said, things that use a redstone. Uses of... So that one. I don't think we need the rose quartz, but I'll do it. And sorry. Right. And we're good, because then we can have these things in here. And then if I ever need any of those, there's redstone in here. This will continue filling until it's full. But there's redstone in there, and we can make either of these, and then they should export on the right thing. Should export into here and be done. Cool. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks everyone for watching. Comments down below. I hope you enjoyed it. We're on our way to getting into this. It's going to take us a while. We're literally just working on the first chunk, which is steel. So steel will go through one of these and we'll get things underway. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.